This illegal alien situation in my country is a mess, and it's not going to end. The great white hope, Donald Trump, the king, they call him king. The what manner of man is this? The world obeys him. The wind and the sea obeys him. He's not going to be able to clean it all up because there are too much underground help against him. People who are supporting the illegal aliens. Even the politicians. And they're doing it undercover and outright openly, in open doing it. They don't care. They just care about self. They want the vote. And then the other people, the non-representative who are supporting it, they care about themselves too. It's about them. It's not about America. And they lying if they say it is. How do you help an illegal stay in a country that they crossed into illegally? And it's bad, folks. It's worse than you know. A good example is that this is from WDRB. A former clerk at a Kentucky driver's license branch said a co-worker sold illegal immigrants driver's licenses they couldn't legally obtain. And they were charging $200 per license. Watch this from WDRB.
The state didn't want this out. Fraud inside Kentucky's transportation cabinet. Licenses issued without a driver's test.
It is an ongoing WDRB investigation, and tonight we hear from a whistleblower who says coworkers used her login to pull off this scheme.
I came into the office that day. My computer was shut down. I was told to go to the front door. Detectives came in. They interviewed me. That was it.
Mormon says she was fired 3 months after she sent this letter to the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, blowing the whistle that workers at the NIA Center licensing branch were selling driver's licenses under the table to people who never took the driver's test.
Undocumented workers.
How did it work? What was going on?
The undocumented workers would come into the office in groups. They would provide them either permits or driver's license illegally. So they were bypassed without even taking the test.
How much?
$200 a person.
Up to 5 times a day, she says.
Was this an everyday thing?
Almost, yes.
Amazing, huh? Amazing. Did you hear about this illegal alien that would drive one of those big semi-trucks? And according to the report, and allegedly he tried to make a turnaround and there were people killed. They said that guy didn't even speak English and he was illegal. And now he had, according to the report, over 1 million people trying to support this guy. Don't deport him. He was just trying to take care of his family. Over 1 million people in my country. According to the report, just I'm saying, $200 per life for the money. It's all about the money. According to the report, 1,500 illegals were sent through the driver's license branch. In 5 months. Watch this.
I first reported on the driver's license fraud investigation in April after getting my hands on one of the state's revocation letters. We learned the transportation cabinet sent more than 1,500 of them in 5 months, telling drivers their license was issued in air and must be returned or they could be criminally charged. At the time, state officials confirmed at least 2 terminations, and ongoing state and federal investigations focused on the NIA Center in West Louisville and the E-Town license branch. But they denied all of our records requests, withholding 2,300 documents on the fraud. Mormon's story fills in the blanks.
I found out it may have been going on for a couple of years before it was found out.
We're told it wasn't as simple as people getting state-issued driver's license or permits without taking the test. She says 2 of her colleagues at the NIA Center approached her with a business venture, asking if she wanted to get in on the scheme. But a key to pulling off this scheme was making sure the required Homeland Security screening was never run.
I start getting these emails saying, are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you doing this?
And that's where it unraveled. She says those workers were using her login, a password she says her bosses made her share, as all workers at the driver's license branch did not have their own. And Mormon was training to be a supervisor.
Was it always undocumented workers?
Yes,
Every time?
every time.
Amazing, huh? In my country is no longer tears of thee. And one last thing about this license, the former clerk was fired. Watch this.
Mormon says she wrote this letter with her boss on October 29th, and she spoke to detectives 3 months later. She was fired the same day.
Gut punch, yes. Very hard gut punch.
She was 2 years and 3 months onto the job, but she didn't technically work for the state. Mormon was a contractor for Quantum, a staffing agency that Kentucky hired to help fill positions in driver's license branches when they took licensing away from the county clerks.
Why would an employer punish and take retribution on an employee that reported this wrongdoing?
Yeah.
Mormon's story, now the heart of a whistleblower lawsuit going after both the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet
She should be a hero.
and Quantum Solutions.
There's a failure to supervise these employees. There were obviously no checks and balances.
Kentucky State Police is on it. There are serious concerns, and we'll hold anybody accountable if they violated the law.
That's basically all Governor Andy Beshear would say as we pressed on this case in April.
Well, the Transportation Cabinet has a deadline this week to respond in court on why it withheld every single document, 2,300 records from our request. We will keep you updated.
Amazing, huh? A hero, they say. Did you know that you're my hero? You're everything I ever wanted to be. I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. Thank you. You are the wind beneath my wings. Did you know even a hero will be fired? Not the zeros, but the heroes. What a mess, huh? My country is gone. Jasmine is a first-time caller out of Brooklyn, New York. Jasmine, you are on the air.
Hi,
Hey, Jasmine.
how are you?
All is well. How are you?
Taking it day by day.
There you go.
Taking it day by day. This is my first time doing this, so I'm a little nervous.
Don't be nervous. Just relax. It's just Jesse.
My best friend put me on to you. My life is kind of in chaos right now.
It is? In what way?
I just got out of a narcissistic relationship and basically almost lost everything, and I'm about to be almost evicted out of my home.
What's a narcissistic relationship?
Somebody, I guess, he wanted to control me and thought me as some trophy, as a possession of his.
You were married to him?
No, we were just in a relationship for like 4.5 years.
Were you living together?
Not really. He had his own apartment.
Oh, so why are you getting thrown out of your place?
Because he helped. Like, when I was really down, I didn't ask for his help. I turned him down numerous times, but later on, I didn't realize because I was madly in love with this guy. And I didn't realize till after that he was using all that to throw it up in my face later.
And what is madly in love?
I listened to everything. I didn't see the red flags.
Oh.
I didn't want to see it.
And do you blame him for that or you?
I blame myself.
Oh, okay, good. Because he's not to blame for your blindness.
No, sir. I
Nice.
blame myself.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm just trying to get everything, just trying to get myself back.
And what self are you trying to get back?
It's a good question. I don't know.
So how are you trying to get yourself back if you don't know who you're trying to get back?
Well, I know that I lost myself in this man.
And which self did you lose? Who are you?
My independency. I was so dependent on him all the time. I was dependent on his voice, his energy, everything. I depended on him. I was leaving my independence. I'm a strong, independent woman, and I've been like that since a little girl. So I lost that of me when I was with him.
And so what was strong? So were both of you narcissistic?
I never been called narcissistic.
But it sounded like you were narcissistic and he was.
I didn't know.
Is that true?
I'm not sure. I've never been called narcissist.
And now that you're doing a little self-examination, were you narcissistic as well?
I'm unaware of that if I am.
But now that you're thinking about it, what do you think?
I need to reevaluate myself.
And when you say that you were a strong, independent woman, what do you mean?
Meaning everything that I got on my own. I worked really hard to get everything that I got on my own without no man help.
And then why?
But God.
I'm sorry?
I said no man help, no physical man help, but God.
And so,
God helped me.
And so you gave up God for a man?
I feel like that.
How were you able to give up God for a man?
I stopped praying. I stopped having faith.
And so, and what condition are you in right now? What's your condition?
Not well. I'm not well. I'm just taking it day by day.
And so your question for me is what?
My question, it was more of a prayer. I needed a prayer for my son. He was laced with K2 and fentanyl 3 weeks ago, and his mind is lost.
His mind is lost?
Yes.
How old is he?
18.
18. And so you say he was laced with it? What do you mean by that?
He was smoking marijuana with the wrong people and was laced with fentanyl and some type of fake K2 or something.
Oh, and now he gone crazy?
He's not to himself right now. He was in a psych ward for 2 weeks, and they let him out Friday, but he's on 2 strong medications.
Oh, I see.
And I could tell when you talk to him, he's not my son.
And is he living with you?
He's with my father.
Oh, okay. Amazing. And so you want to pray for him?
Yes, I want my baby back. I want my son back.
But he's 18. He's not a baby anymore.
I know.
Why you call him baby? That's worse than the lace that he took. You say he took.
Yeah, I don't say it in front of him. I mean, to me, I know he's a grown man. He's a young man. He's 18. He just turned 18.
So why do you see him as your baby then?
I don't see him as a literal baby. I just see him. That's how much love I have for him. I didn't mean the word to come out as of that, but he's my son.
Oh, okay.
I love him as of that. I know he's not no baby, and I don't treat him like that.
Nice.
I treat him as a young man.
Right on. And so you want to pray for what? That what happens?
that he get back to himself. Like he's like a little walking zombie right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely wish him well. So my prayers are with him.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you.
You're totally welcome. And so, what are you going to do with yourself?
Like I've been doing, just taking it day by day.
So you live in your own apartment?
Yes, sir.
And you still have a job?
No, I lost my job at the end of December. I'm looking for work.
Oh, okay. And the man is gone?
Yes.
And why did you break up with him?
Oh, we was arguing for almost every other day. We was arguing all the time. It became toxic.
How long were you with him before you broke up with him?
We was together for 4.5 years.
Why did you stay with him so long if you were angry, arguing all the time?
The arguing didn't come into maybe us being together 2.5 years, and it wasn't as bad as of this year. This year, it was just, we could not get along. We couldn't even have a decent conversation.
So over the years, it started to get worse, and then it just got worse.
Yes.
And
exactly.
why did you stay once it got worse? When it first started getting worse, why did you stay with him?
Because I have a thing about me with loyalty, and I couldn't. Loyalty, I didn't want to let him go.
Why not?
I cared. I loved him. I had sympathy for him.
And why did you have all that for him?
That's a question I don't know.
And why do you think you had love for him?
I thought he loved me.
So it wasn't about you loving him. You thought he loved you.
Yes.
And why did you think he loved you?
Because the things he did, he showed that he cared at times.
And why do you call that love?
Because I don't know what real love is.
Right.
So in my eyes, I thought it was love.
And now do you still think it was love?
Not at all.
And do you think you loved him?
I thought I did.
And do you still think you loved him?
No.
And why not? Why do you think you didn't? Now you know. Why do you think you did not love him when you thought you did?
I guess it's a feeling, how I feel now. Like he never existed.
Love is not a feeling. And love don't fight.
I'm learning.
Learning what?
I said I'm learning. I never heard that before.
Yeah. When you're in a relationship, it happens by itself. There's nothing you need to do to make it happen. If you have to do anything to try to make a relationship work, then it's not meant to be. You can't make a relationship work. Either work naturally without your help, or it doesn't work at all.
Oh, yeah. So it just didn't work at all.
Because it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't love. It wasn't anything but hate. It was just thrills. A good feeling thrill and a bad feeling thrill and a good feeling thrill. It was never love. Who are you?
Jasmine?
What?
Jasmine?
That's your name. But who are you?
I don't know.
You don't know who you are?
No, I'm trying to figure it out now.
And so what is it like living not knowing who you are?
I'm not really living life. I'm just surviving.
Right. Why don't you start living?
I definitely, yeah.
That was the
Definitely
question. Why don't you start living?
I don't know. I'm not in a good headspace right now.
Do you want to start living?
Yes, I want to start living before it's too late.
You start living by knowing yourself, by knowing who you're not. You're not your thoughts. You're not your emotions, the good, so-called good one or bad one. You're not your body. You're not your job. You're not your name. You're not your experiences or anything. You got to know yourself. And once you know that you're not those things, the real you will appear and you will have a perfect life. But you don't know who you're not. And you think you're all the things that you think you are, and it's just bringing hell upon you.
Yes, it is.
Have you forgiven your mother for doing this to you?
Nope.
Why not?
I'm not good at that part of forgiving.
Why not?
It's never been a strong suit of mine.
And why not?
I'm not. I don't even know.
How would God forgive you when you're unwilling to forgive others?
He won't.
And so how do you expect to ever have peace then? Because peace only comes from God if you're unwilling to forgive others.
How do I get past that?
By forgiving your mother, realizing you're wrong for resenting her. She could not help herself. Her mother screwed her up.
She didn't even raise me.
And why
She just
not?
gave me away.
Your mother gave you away?
Yes, my father raised me.
And why did she give you away?
I don't know. She never came and found me and told me.
And do you know where she's located now?
No, about 10 years back when I did find her on the internet, she was murdered.
Oh, so she did?
Yes.
And when you ask your father why did she give you away, what does he say?
He said that she couldn't get off drugs.
Oh, I was going to ask you, was she on drugs? And knowing that, are you able to forgive her?
No.
And why not?
Because my father was on drugs too, and he got off. So I seen it as an excuse.
And so why can't you forgive her? Because
Why
some
should
people
I?
get off, others don't. Because she couldn't help herself. She was angry. She was out of control. She was looking for love. And she was looking in all the wrong places because she resented her mother and was yearning for her father. She couldn't help herself. Just like you can't help yourself. See how lost you are? You can't help that, right?
No.
Your mother couldn't help herself either. And who are you to hold that against her? Hold on a minute, all right? Let me take a quick break. Don't hang up. Let me go back to JASMINE. Jasmine, do you spell your name Jasmine?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So, Jasmine, how do you expect God to forgive you when you're unwilling to forgive others?
I never really thought about it.
Why not?
I don't know, honestly. I just never really thought about it.
Oh, okay. You got to forgive your mother. She couldn't help herself. And you should be grateful that she gave you to your father instead of just keeping you, and then you would have ended up, if was on drugs, as you said, you would have ended up in a worse situation. Why aren't you grateful that she loved you enough to give you to your father?
Yes, I am grateful.
But you're mad at her.
I'm mad at the point that I didn't grow up with a mom. I had a really, really bad childhood.
In what way was it bad?
Bad to the point I was raped and molested growing up.
Oh, I see. Well, you need to forgive the molesters, as rapists as well.
I never thought about never forgiving them.
Yeah. How would God forgive you if you don't forgive them? And how will you ever go free, get over it if you don't forgive? What other choice do you have? You want to stay in hatred?
No.
Who are you that you're so judgmental of everybody?
I'm not judgmental.
Hatred is, unforgiveness is judgmental. You're playing God. You're judging.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to. I'm not meaning to judge them.
But
it
you
just
are.
Was done to me. Of course, I feel a certain way.
But then stop judging. You won't feel any way about it. You will understand because your body will heal, but your spirit won't heal until you forgive. Those people that did that, they had problems too. They couldn't help it. Something happened to them and they're angry.
Yeah.
God cannot help you until you admit you're wrong for playing God. And you play God by judging yourself and other people. That's why you end up in one situation after another. You can't see what you're getting into.
I agree.
So you got to forgive your earthly father. He had problems too, it sounds like. And you got to forgive your mother. She had problems. They can't help themselves. And people who you say, I guess, have sex with you, you got to forgive them as well. So you could be free. Otherwise, you're going to keep repeating the same old thing over and over again because you can't see. And God is not with you. Satan is your God. Anyone that has anger, resentment, unforgiveness are children of Satan, not of God.
I never looked at it that way.
I understand. But that's why you're suffering. You're separated from God. You cannot be one with God and have any bit of anger at all. Because that's why he said before you can enter into the kingdom, into perfect peace within yourself, you must first go and forgive.
It's something I will work on.
Yeah. How old are you now?
I'm 40.
Here's what I recommend. Realize that your father and your mother couldn't help themselves. They were angry. They didn't get love from their parents. They was angry. So in that state of anger, as you are, they couldn't see, so they couldn't help you in the right way because they couldn't see. They had their own problems. And forgive them by realizing that they were wrong, but they couldn't help themselves. They did the best they can do, and then God will forgive you, and your whole life will start to change. It will become bright instead of dark. And I want you to know that you're not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, you're not your body, and none of those are good. They're all evil. The good feelings and the bad feelings are evil. So, are you doing the silent prayer yet?
Yes, I actually did it yesterday morning.
What'd you think about it?
It was my first time doing it, and I couldn't sit through the whole prayer, but I sit through half of it, and I liked it a lot. I just couldn't feel it at that moment.
Right. There's no feelings. You want to sit, and the light of God will show you that you're not your thoughts. They're all thoughts. All of them are wicked. They're evil. They're not your own. You don't create thoughts. You don't come up with your own ideas. They're all from Satan. They're all wicked spirits. So do the silent prayer so you can practice staying present instead of lost in your head, thinking about the past or about the future or any of that, and just live in the present, and it will work by itself. Because in the present where God is located, life is there, and all you have to do is live if you stay present. Instead of living in the future or the past, which are all illusions. And whatever that man did, forgive him too. It's not his fault that you let. He got his own issues, and it's not his fault that you were messed up and you let him screw up your life or whatever he did. You were screwed up when he met you, and he was screwed up when you met him, and two devils came together and screwed each other's life up.
I agree.
So forgive that man so you can live. Otherwise, you're going to repeat the same thing with another man.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
It makes plenty sense.
So it's time for you to start working on you and stop blaming others and work on you so you can overcome the darkness of your imagination, your thoughts, and your ideas.
Okay.
Because it's being passed on from generation to generation. Look, your parents are on drugs, now your son on drugs, and it just goes on from generation to generation until somebody finally say, you know what, it stopped with me. I'm going to stop being angry. I'm going to stop judging. I'm going to be of love, which is of God, not of your love, but his love.
Right.
So you got to work on yourself.
I know that.
So do the silent prayer, forgive both parents. Don't hold anything against yourself because you couldn't see what was going on at the time. And just right now is a brand new day, a brand new now, a brand new moment for you right now, right?
Yes.
Any questions about anything?
No. I have a lot to think about.
Does it make sense what we've talked about?
It made plenty sense. It put a new light and a new perspective in my head to look at
Right
that
on.
I never was talking to before.
Right on. So forget about all the stuff that has happened and work on overcoming those thoughts and feelings. Stay present by doing the silent prayer, all right?
I will. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
It's a spiritual battle, folks, like never before. But nothing is new under the sun. And whether you realize it or not, I talked about this on Sunday. whether you realize it or not, accept it or not, believe it or not, you are not in control of your own life. You are not making the decisions that you think that you're making in your own life. You are not coming up with the ideas and the thoughts and the plans that you think you're coming up with in your own life. Every human being on this side of heaven, until you overcome evil, are possessed with evil demons inside of you. Your mind. Your mind. You're possessed with evil spirits, and those spirits pretend to be you, and they cause you to do what you don't want to do. But then they make you say, well, you want to do this. Or they make you have excuses by trying to make you blame someone else for it. Your actions. It's so crazy to me that this is happening. And we, unless you're getting to know yourself, you would not know this. You would think that your own jealousy, the jealousy you have and the strife and the envy and the revengeful nature, the up and down idea, the good idea, the bad ideas, the whatever, you would think, and you do think it, that they're yours. You will feel guilty when you do something wrong and you think that you are causing you to feel guilty. But you're not. Those things are causing you to feel guilty. And then other people that want to control you, those same evil spirits are working through them to try to make you feel guilty because they want something from you. And so they work through other people to make you feel guilty too. That's crazy, huh? But it's so true. We, you, I, nobody on this side of the planet are in charge of anything. You're being controlled. When Paul said, I've come to realize, paraphrasing, to realize that it's not me. I've been trying to do the right thing, he said. I can't. I tried to be right. I can't, he said. I tried to do right, but every time I try, it doesn't go that way, he said. And I've come to realize it's not me, but something that made a home in me. When you can realize that, you're on your way to freedom. But as long as you think it's you, you're getting worse. Wicked, evil. And it's amazing, too, when you become aware of evil spirit working in other people, working in you, and you start to see them in others, you see that there are demons in them, it's mind-blowing. One thing I know about the demons inside of people, they do not like a person of strength, a person who has overcome it. And then even the people who pretend to like a strong person, a person who is overcome, and they'll become strong, they're only pretending that they like a strong person because they want to be like that person. It's not like they like the person, they want to be that, and then if they can become strong, they will attack the strong person. That is crazy to me. And demons smile in your face while all the time they're trying to take your place. Demons try to be you. If there's something about you that you get attention or something, they will dress like you. They will speak like you. They will act like you until they can, and then they'll go, when they get to the point where they want to try to become you, they'll start to, behind your back, turn people against you. Oh, they're not what they say they are. They're not what they pretend to be. Oh, you don't know this person. Now they're trying to draw you into them so they can get the attention that they believe you're getting and they want it because they become like you for their own It's just crazy. You're possessed and don't even know it. You're evil. When I say you're evil, you're evil. And then the demon get mad when I say you're evil because the demon want you to think, evil spirits want you to think you're good. How can you say I'm evil? That's rude. That's disrespect. Don't say I'm evil. But you are. But the demons don't want you to know you're evil either. They work through you. Just imagine you walk around in life and something else is working through you and you're thinking it, they're using your voice, and you're feeling it, they're using your body. And you say, well, this is just natural human. Human beings are naturally emotional. It's a human emotion. That's what the demon tell you. And you repeat it. Isn't that amazing? You can overcome it, though. I noticed that demons working with other people would drain your energy out of you. Have you ever been around someone and they just talk so much? Or they want to do everything and now you feel so drained? And you wonder, why do I feel so drained? I'm so tired. Because they sucked all the life out of you. They drain your natural life, your energy. Or they talking to you over and over again about their problems until they wear you down. They're sucking the life out of you. They're draining the life out of you. Do what you want, but I suggest you wake up. But you can stay asleep, or you can wake up and see what's going on inside of you and stop calling it you because it's not. And you can be free. And on Sunday, in our Sunday fellowship, and you can check it out at rebuildingtheman.com/church, I was telling the people that anyone, I want you to really think about this. Anyone that gets angry, emotional, overreact, revengeful, stupid. I want you to think about this. And the next time you get angry, just kind of watch how you're acting and what you're doing. And you'll see, I'm so stupid, this doesn't even feel right. I'm silly. Angry people are stupid people. And then you do stupid things in the anger. You do stupid things when you're angry. Think about it. Look how silly you look. You're mad. You're fighting. You're worried when you're angry. You blame when you're angry. And then you feel guilty. When you realize you're wrong, you feel guilty. Those are evil demons driving you. It's not you. Now then, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwells in me. Romans 7:17. Derek just gave me that. I don't know where Derek gets this kind of scriptures from, though. KJV, he said, in my ear. Amazing. So I tell you all this so that you can come out of your illusion. And there are men and women around the world who are hearing this, and they were like, wow, I just didn't know. I thought it was me. I didn't want to be that way, they would say. I didn't want to act that way. I didn't want to think that way. But I thought it was me. Like the average person would tell you, oh, anger is a natural human emotion. There's nothing wrong with anger as long as you can control anger. Can you be any dumber than that? How are you going to control the spirit? As long as you control anger. Anger is a human emotion. They're justifying evil. And they truly believe it because they've been told that by others outside of themselves. And then the spirit of evil tell them that, oh, this is just a natural human emotion. As long as you control yourself. Or they'll tell themselves, because they heard that Jesus was angry and Jesus had righteous anger. And they would tell themselves, I got righteous anger, destroying the children, the cat, the dogs, and everything around them. What a mess! You can wake up or you can stay asleep in your slumber. Let me go to Troy out of Minnesota. Troy, you are on the air. Hey, Troy?
Yes.
You are on the air.
Oh, can you hear me?
No.
Oh, hang on. Is this better?
It's what better?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Not yet. I can't hear you yet.
Oh, sir, can you hear my voice?
No, I can't hear your voice.
Oh, oh, okay, you were going to see how long. That's good. I was like, how is he? Is he like reading my mind there? No.
Oh,
that's good. You've done this a while, I can tell.
What a mess! You're on the air, Troy.
Hang on one second. I just wanted to read 2 verses of the Bible, if that's okay.
Yes.
Hang on. Let me find that quote. Yeah, it's from the book of Jeremiah, 9:23-24. It says, "Thus says the Lord, let not the wise man boast in his wisdom, let not the mighty man boast in his might, let not the rich man boast in his riches, but let him who boast in this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord who practices steadfast love, justice, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, declares the Lord."
Nice. And the reason you read that mean what to you?
Well, I that's just my new favorite Bible verse, but I just
okay.
see in the culture today, especially for the younger people, they're very obsessed with materialism and how rich they are, how what their body looks like, or how smart they are. But I really do think, like Billy Graham said, that a person that knows the Bible knows more and is richer than the richest person or the smartest university professor.
Amazing. You're right. Do Troy, is there any good in you?
Now that I've surrendered to the Lord, yes.
And what does that mean, surrender to the Lord?
Like you said, I gave up my past life and I've given up my anger, and I let Him take control of the wheel.
Yeah. Have you forgiven your mother?
Yes, sir.
How did that go for you when you went to her? What happened?
Well, like I said, last year she got terminal cancer, and that kind of made me realize that our parents are a gift from God and we don't have them forever, so we can't hate them. And
so did you go and forgive her? Is she still living?
Yes, yeah. She's been fighting the cancer. I just try to, like you said, take it day by day and don't think about what's going to happen.
That's right. And have you gone and forgiven her?
Yes.
You told her?
Yes, I did.
What did she say when you told her?
She kind of a little hard to speak on. But yeah, I just feel like I was able to. That was when I was truly reborn again. So it's just it's been a battle I've been
Yeah.
fighting my whole life.
Right.
So
And so what did she say when you told her?
she was sorry for the situation she put me in, and not giving me brothers or sisters, but she said that she did the best that she could do, and
Yep.
I know that she was right.
She was right about that. She did the best she can do. That's why another reason we must forgive them, because they know not what they do. They're doing the best that they can do.
hmm
And what made you cry when you think about that? When you thought about that, what made you cry about it? Why did you cry about it?
Just it was kind of preventing me from getting that connection I needed with the Lord. Like I was going to church, I was trying to live that life, but I still had anger.
Yeah.
And when the Holy Spirit came down and convicted me, that's when I realized that there was something that was getting in the way of that connection, and that was not honoring thy father and mother. And he had to remind me that sin, even though she made bad choices with her life, that my sin can also hurt people. So.
And did you forgive your father as well?
Yes. Yeah. I never met him. He died of a drug overdose, and he was never in my life. So.
So,
but
were they married?
No, they were not.
And you never met your father?
No, sir.
What's that like, never meeting your father? I know what it's like not to be with your father. I've been through that part. But what is it like never knowing your father?
It just feels like part of your soul is missing, and
Sure it does.
And when he died, even though I'd never met him, I was devastated, and I felt like a part of me died with him, and it's tough. That's why I'm just so against this attack on the nuclear family. It's because of these politicians that are for the welfare state and the divorce state and all that stuff. They make money off people's misery, and it's just disgusting.
Are you doing the silent prayer or the hoop and holler prayer?
No, I do your silent prayer. It's incredible. It's the best. I was always against like meditation or whatever stuff like that, but this is not a meditation. This is just peace.
Yes, you don't want to meditate. You don't want to control. You don't want control over anything. You just want to become the observer and let the light do all the work.
Yeah, it's been like I said, I was a sinner most of my life, but then I realized I came back out of the military. I live in Minnesota, and I just saw it like I left in 2014. I came back in 2018, and this state had just became a crap hole, and it's gotten just worse and worse and worse. And that's when I realized, like, yeah, we need Christ. Like, you need him. He's the only thing that's going to save this country from just absolute hell.
Well, the country is not going to get better, but your world inside of you and your world around you will be fine because the Father take care of his own children, and you're going to see all this mess going on with your friends, with your family members, with government and wars and all kind of stuff, but you will not be affected by it at all. It will not touch you if you stay present with the truth, it will not touch you. And people are going to try to hurt you. Your family member, especially when they know that you're working on yourself and that you are overcoming the world, they're going to come after you, but it won't bother you. And you will see that they're evil, but you won't judge them.
Yeah, I had friends of 20 years. When I said in 2020 I'm voting for Trump, I was a Democrat before that, but I said I'm voting for Trump. They all canceled me, and
yeah,
I've gotten canceled from internships, and it's just so evil. And but I just, like I said, when I was in the military and the Air Force, and I had to bury people that took a bullet for this country, and I came back and I saw people, burning our flag and just saying all this craziness. I wish I had a time machine, Jesse, and I could go back to those airmen that I served with and said, like, before they signed up, just don't sign up, because this is not worth it. You're not worth dying for these people, because they're just horrific.
Absolutely. The one thing I realized too, Troy, about wars, people who are the government, the politicians, the businessmen, who are and women now, who are for wars, they get a thrill out of creating a war. They get money from it, they get a sense of power from it, and they get this thrill from seeing the people around them be afraid and don't want a war, or want the war. And then they get a thrill of, if a war stops for a while, they get a thrill from the war not making a temporary stop. They get a thrill from that too. Human nature is so wicked, Troy, and if you stay with this, it's going to blow your mind, but bless you in the same fashion, to see and understand that we are truly dealing with evil inside of our own mind until you overcome it, and inside of other people. But you'll see how to deal with it, though. Human beings are wicked to the core. There's nothing good about human nature.
I think there is some hope, though, because at least at the 1-star and 2-star military officers, they're very high-level officers. I had a 2-star come and visit our base, and he was black. I just had to put that out there. But he said something very amazing. He said the point of the military is not to kill people. The military is to deter war.
Yes.
And that's I was like, that's a patriot right there.
I like that.
But I don't know about the 3 and the 4 stars. They're kind of political animals. But those 1 and 2 stars, they're because up to 2-star general, that's military promotion, and those guys, they have to absolutely love what they do.
Amazing. Nice.
I did have a quick question, if that's okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just kind of wondering, I see when I go to the gym, especially, or just out in public a lot, it's not just women, it's mainly women, but not just women, just people showing a lot of skin, like back, breast, stomach, legs, and their behind it. I just want to know if you think that's a sign of moral or social depravity, or is it just about their ego or something?
It's totally ego, and it's evil. And I see it too. I've been asking lately, how come women are always naked? I mean, they're always just showing skin, but they're insecure. They use it to tempt in order to destroy. They're very insecure. I was watching Jesse Waters on the other day on Fox News there, and they were showing the man on the street. They showed him at the beach, and these women had nothing. They had little panties on, and they had a little strap that goes up the crack. And I'm like, don't they know they're outside naked? But they don't care because they're insecure, and they're getting a false sense of being somebody, controlling. But it's awful that the women have sank that low that they have no self caring about themselves at all. And then women have been taught, well, your body, your choice, you can wear what you want, and you can, and a man doesn't have anything to say about a woman, what she wears, and that doesn't mean she should get raped because she's naked. But and she shouldn't be. You shouldn't be raping anybody anyway. But women today, and not all, not all, not all, but most, they don't have self-respect anymore.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
it's everywhere. Even fat women wear nothing.
Yeah, that's just.
And they have all those wrinkles showing. I'm like, nobody want to see those wrinkles. That's not a turn on.
Because yeah, when I'm at the gym and I see them, like the back is just a bunch of straps, or they're showing their stomach, and it's. I mean, my eyes are drawn to it, but it's also kind of. Now that I'm getting older, I think it's kind of a distraction and actually a little bit offensive, because it's like, you know what you're doing, but you should be here just trying to work out, you know.
Absolutely, but they're sluts. They have no self-respect at all. And it's horrible. I remember when women would go to the beach, they wouldn't just go out there naked like that. And they even have women now when they're pregnant. You know how a woman normally have a sense of respect when she's pregnant? She will wear like loose clothes so her body won't look so awful. But now when they're pregnant, they even have their belly hanging out like cows.
Oh, my God.
They walk around like a pregnant cow. I'm like, wow, that woman look like the cow I used to milk when the cow was pregnant.
What do you think about women breastfeeding in public, speaking of that?
It shouldn't be done in public. There's something called self-respect. Now, if she got to do it and she put like a diaper, a cover over the baby, over her breast, that's fine. But if she just pull out the tit and just put it in the baby's mouth, that's nasty.
Because I saw that the other day at the airport, and I was kind of shocked. There was no cover over the baby, and I was like, wow.
Yeah. But that's what happens
when
women don't have men to guide them. Women go out of control when they don't have a man to guide them, whether it's their father, boyfriend, or husband, in the right way. Or they're not seeking the right way for themselves. They literally go out of control. Look at the black women. Black women are out of control because the black men have not guided them at all.
Yeah, and I just think a great example is this latest Cracker Barrel, the first white mascot canceled. That CEO, she's lost them $600 million of stock value.
That's amazing. Yeah, I played that on the air. What a shame. When would men wake up, Troy?
I guess the last question, a little quick question is like, why would a company tolerate you losing almost $1 billion?
Because they're afraid of women. They don't want to be called, what do you call that when you don't hire women? Whatever they call that. And they don't want...
Misogynistic?
Yeah, and they don't want to be called racist. And Cracker Bear, they're trying to sound Southern and all that. In their mind, it sounds racist, which racism doesn't exist. But they're trying to appease the blacks, and they're trying to appease the women. And they're losing it because there's no reason that a company should bring in anyone that would cause them to lose that much money.
Do you think it's just the nature of a woman to destroy?
100%. 100%.
Because that company is going to go out of business.
Yeah, 100%.
But is it because it's a sort of punishment for allowing society when women rule that it's just bound to fail?
There's this order. Women were not created to lead, but to follow. When you put them in a leadership role, they don't know how to lead. And they're doing the best they could because it's not their fault the men are so weak to put them in that role, but they don't know what to do, so they destroy the family, the business, whatever, because it's not in their nature to lead. And men are making a horrible mistake. God said, because you listen to the woman, you will suffer. And that's what's happening, and that's what's happening with these companies that are putting women in control.
Yeah, I guess the last thing I'll say is I guess we got to repeal the 19th Amendment, and we might have to make it so women can't be on corporate boards anymore.
Absolutely. Whatever it takes to bring peace back to the country.
All right. Justin, you are a true gift from God. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man. You stay with us, stay with us, stay with it, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. I want to quickly, because there's so many calls I want to get to, but I want to play that soundbite you mentioned about Roger Jackson. This is from the New York Times. Roger Jackson, the son of Quentin Rampage Jackson, a former UFC light heavyweight champion for the folks, assaulted a professional wrestler during an independent event on Saturday in Los Angeles. This is according to according to a recording of the match. Allegedly attacked, right? I gotta say that, allegedly. And here's what we didn't play yesterday. When you mentioned this, BJ, about the guy was watching his social media, and this is the situation started when the wrestler assumed Raja was a worker because of Roger's camera crew. Watch this one, Kick.
What, you don't know me?
No. Yeah.
Hey, I think that's a little.
Oh, you don't sell it? Easy. He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah, what the was that?
You're good.
What the was that?
You don't sell it? No, he's not a fucking worker, bro.
What the was that? Hold on. I don't play that, bro.
Oh, sorry.
No, I will
we're
up,
good.
Bro.
I know you will.
No.
We're good.
I will him up, bro.
I apologize.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know. I thought you were a worker. You still doing camera.
I get it.
We're not working out. Well, he's gonna come out on your mat, Juice. I know you keep thinking we're working. We're always working.
I get it. Yeah. I get it now. Now you
know what I'm saying, Oz? We're always working. So we'll set it up. I'll have him come out during your mat so we could seal the whole thing and we'll make something out of it. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Tell you guys this. They told me to hit him and just leave. Somebody who pulled me off of him will leave. I'm telling you. I'm going to hit him as many times as I can. Watch.
And so here's where things went south from Kick.
Tell them playing with me, bro. Real One of them bit me. Call me none of bro. At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand up for my self because I'm tired of everybody playing with me, bro. Real
Amazing. So, BJ, how do you know he was watching social media? That's what made, because on the outside, it looked like the white man apologized to him, and he said, "I'm sorry, I thought you were a worker here, blah, blah, blah." And he seemed to be okay. How do you know he would listen to the social media and got upset?
As he was sitting, there's other videos. Both he and his dad have like constantly live streamed lives on Kick on social media, and his dad really is to blame for this. He is exactly like his father. And anyway, they were filming him, the son, ringside, and he was talking out loud, responding to these comments on his live stream. And you could hear him getting amped up, and he was losing himself more and more every time he read another comment, and forgetting that this is fake wrestling with old men who were drinking outside 30 minutes before this started, who are putting on a performance. And he is a mixed martial artist, and he listened to the voices, and he lost himself, and he might lose his freedom as a result.
That's amazing. And so there were videos of him saying that he was paying attention to his social media too.
Yeah, both he and his dad read live comments while they're going about their lives, and there's even video from his dad's live stream at the time of him calling his son and making fun of him for being punked by this wrestler guy, saying, "Why are you hugging men in tights? I saw a video of you hugging men in tights. How are you going to be like that? You know, doing the black thing." And so his dad and his followers added so much shame, and he listened to those and let his ego just grow and grow. It was like, I don't know if they have screens big enough to hold an ego like that. It was just
amazing.
Like watching something blow up.
So did he, when the white man said, "I'm sorry, I thought you were a worker and I really apologize," they were explaining to him, and then he said, "Okay," it sounded like he accepted the apology. He didn't really mean it when he accepted it?
I think he had a moment of clarity. He got calmed down because he was there invited by a friend who was actually one of these fake wrestlers. And because he was with that guy, this other fake wrestler thought he was legitimately another fake wrestler, and there was a camera, and he was trying to get his moment. But they cleared it up. And then, it just, he said, you can get your lick back when you get in the ring during his fight, body slam him.
Right.
But then he had 25 punches to the guy's jaw, undefended, after he was knocked out. That's, attempted murder.
Is he going to jail?
I would bet money on it.
Amazing. So you think the black man going to go to jail for doing that to the white man?
Yeah, because he's
that
a
ain't gonna happen,
person.
BJ. Sorry.
No.
Black people don't go to jail for attacking white people.
Well, if you're famous enough, you will.
Well, we'll see. Amazing. BJ, thank you, man. Amazing. You stay with it, stay with it, stay with it.
Yeah, thank you, Jesse. Have a good one.
You too, buddy. 888-775-3773. What a mess. Did you know all that about a hake?
I'd heard a little bit of that, yeah.
Oh, you did?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going on in that mind of his?
What a mess. Let me go to Brian out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Brian, you are on the air. Happy Men's History Month, Brian.
What's up, Jess? How you doing?
All is well. Happy Men's History Month.
All right. I just want to comment on that video that you showed with the wrestler guy.
Oh, okay.
And,
did you hear me say Happy Men's History Month?
Yeah, I'm trying to ignore that.
Oh, you don't want to play. Okay.
No, I don't want to play. I don't believe in that.
Okay.
There's no such thing as Men's History Month.
Yes, it is. It's been going on for 5 years now. How many years?
Get that day. Get that day put on the calendar in July. Get that day put on the calendar. Maybe I'll celebrate it then.
You said do what now?
But like the song says, if God said yes, I would do it.
If God said yes,
I would do it.
Oh, amazing! When God said yes.
If God says yes. If not, the book goes how it's written.
Amazing. You believe in God?
Yes, I do. Do you believe in God?
You love white people?
Do you love black people?
Yes. Do you love white people?
I love all people.
How about white people?
How about people in general?
Do you love white people?
How about people in general?
I didn't ask about people in general. I'm talking about. I asked
I
you about.
did. I just did.
But do you believe in white people?
People in general. I said people in general.
Do you love white people?
People in general. I love all people.
But how about whites?
I love all.
Amazing. Go ahead. You had another statement about the black. Go ahead.
Yes. I was trying to comment on that video. At first, you were saying that black people were always acting violent toward one another. And in that video, I just seen that two guys were like going toe to toe. And the black guys just got his revenge back. I ain't see nowhere in that video where he got violent.
In which video?
The rest of the video that you showed earlier.
The one we just played?
Yeah.
You didn't see the black guy getting violent, and even when it was over, he was ticked off, saying that something like, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said something like people always messing with him. He can't mess with him anymore.
I seen a white guy make the same exact comment.
No, how about the black guy? Did you see that part?
How about the white guy that did that?
No, I'm asking you, did you see the black guy saying that?
You always trying to attack a specific race. Well, why?
But Brian, I'm asking you, you didn't hear the black guy saying that he's not going to let people mess with him like that anymore?
That's a freedom of speech that you cannot take away from nobody.
I know. I'm asking you, did you hear the black guy saying that?
I heard him saying that, but it don't matter what he said.
Oh, it doesn't matter. And did you see the black guy? Did you see the black guy pouncing on the white guy?
Well, I saw him both of them in the ring.
Right, and did you see how that black guy was just beating on him?
Hold on. Do you watch wrestling? I see plenty of black people wrestling with everybody as competition.
But I'm asking you, did you see the black guy pouncing on that white guy?
I didn't see nothing like that. I seen that was in the ring.
Did you see that it took at least 4 guys to stop the black guy?
And what's the point?
Did you see that?
I saw the white guy too.
Did you see that? Brian.
I saw the white guy too. So what's your point? What point you trying to make?
I'm asking you, did you see at least 4 guys trying to stop that black guy?
What is your point?
My point is, did you see it?
I saw it, yeah. I saw it.
And so, what do you think about Black Rage? He seemed to be very angry. What do you think about that?
I didn't see none of that. I seen he got his revenge. That's all. He got his revenge.
The black guy got his revenge.
I seen the white people do the same thing.
Do what?
Do the same thing that black guy was doing. So what's the difference?
You have seen white people get revenge?
Yeah, do the same thing.
So you were okay with the black guy? You were okay with the black guy being violent?
You okay with the white guy being violent?
No, I'm asking you. Were you okay with that black guy being violent?
No, I'm asking you. Were you okay with the white guy being violent?
You should never be violent. So, were you okay with the black guy being violent?
Are you okay with the white guy being violent?
The white guy apologized outside. He thought the guy was another fighter.
What is your point?
It sounds like you're okay with black violence. Are you?
It sounds like you're okay with white violence.
Brian, I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you okay with black violence?
Are you okay with white violence?
Bye, Brian.
Bye, asshole.
What? No, sorry, kids. I didn't know you were going to say that. The cracker is back in the barrel. It is back. Isn't that amazing? And it appears to be one of the primary reasons, not the only reason, that the cracker is back in the barrel. Donald Trump spoke up about it. And the company had already been getting, according to reports, a lot of complaint about taking the cracker out of the barrel. And this is white people. I want you to know. See how you spoke up about this, and they put the cracker back in the barrel. If you start speaking up about a whole bunch of things, say no to the attacks upon you, and afraid to say whatever, that'll change too. It will change, but you gotta not be afraid to speak up. Fox News is reporting. Cracker Barrel said on Tuesday that after listening to its customers, it will scrap its new logo and keep the old timer in place. Watch this from Fox.
I am Andy Mack. What is old is new again, and I am referring to the Cracker Barrel logo, as you can see here on social media, courtesy of Fox News, that the Cracker Barrel announcing it's changing the logo back after this rebrand. And I know there was a lot of outrage around this as Cracker Barrel found itself at odds with its fans after removing Uncle Herschel from its logo. The company unveiled it, revamped text-only design, sparking backlash and sinking its stock price. The original 1969 logo was also text only, but the 1977 edition of the now iconic imagery became a staple of its branding. The chain also redesigned the interior of its restaurants, ditching some of that American aesthetic and replacing it with a slick, modern motif. Obviously, this is something that we've heard from President Trump, calling on Cracker Barrel to revert to that old logo.
Amazing. Now it look like Cracker Barrel again. I wonder did they get rid of those females that came up with this bright idea. We need to remove the cracker from the barrel. Did they get rid of those people? If that's true. Allegedly, a couple of women came up with that idea. Fox was reporting that President Donald Trump urged Cracker Barrel to go back to his old logo in a post on Truth Social. And on Tuesday, hours later, the company brought back its original logo. Watch this from Fox.
As I mentioned, President Trump, this made a comment just 8 hours or so ago, expressing some outrage, displeasure with this new change. This coming in from the press secretary, Caroline Levitt, saying Cracker Barrel should go back to the old logo, admit a mistake based on customer response. And I guess that is exactly what just happened, as now Cracker Barrel going back to the old logo there.
Amazing. When the king speaks, things change. Things happen. The great white hope said, "What the?" And they put the cracker back in the barrel. Good for Cracker Barrel. And it's about time. Somebody have to say no to evil. Let me go to JALEN out of Arkansas. JALEN, you are on the air.
Hello, how's it going, Jesse?
All is well, JALEN.
Yeah, Jesse, I've been listening to you for some years now, and I will say, I'm 31. Recently, I've kind of taken a lifestyle change, and I have to attribute that a part of listening to you, and I agree with 90% of what you say. But recently, especially in the last year, on the whole Israel topic, Jesse, I've just been wildly disappointed in you. Like, you struck me as someone who did not believe in all the identity politics.
Right.
And the question, playing kowtowing to Israel, what we're doing with Israel is identity politics on steroids, Jesse. We're literally going into wars. The Iraq war, we assassinated Muammar Gaddafi. Our war with Iran that's incoming. We're doing that on behalf of Israeli identity politics. So the question I wanted to ask you, Jesse, was I know you're Christian. I'm a Christian as well. A lot of Christians support Israel because they're so-called God's chosen ones. My question to you, Jesse, do you think God's chosen people would allow rampant homosexuality, gay pride parades, men walking around in scantily clad downtown Tel Aviv? Do you think God would allow abortion amongst his chosen people? And do you think he would allow his chosen people to commit the genocide that Israelis are currently commencing in? Do you think that sounds like God's chosen people, Jesse?
And I do want to respond to that. But so are you at war with Israel? Do you live in Palestine or something?
No, I live in Arkansas.
Are you at war with Israel?
No, I'm at war with.
When you said we are at war, you saying you are the Palestine? I don't understand how we are at war with Israel.
Oh, yeah, I'll clarify that. What I mean by we're at war, I meant the American government is going on war on behalf of Israel in, these needless conflicts, primarily in the Middle East, but really around the world. We're fighting for their interests.
So you're saying that America and Israel are at war somewhere together? Where are we fighting a war?
Well, the attacks we did in Iran, the recent war with Iraq.
I'm talking about now. Where are we fighting with Israel in war?
Did you hear about the recent attacks we did in Iran? We struck Iran. You know, there were a bunch of attacks, you know, missile attacks and all that nonsense.
And that was
But
for us because Iran could nuclear weapon can destroy any nation that they want, especially America and Israel. But where are we, America? And you're saying America is at war with Israel, with other against other countries, right?
yes,
Where
yes.
is that?
Well, most recently, Iraq. We also assassinated the dictator of Libya, Muammar Gaddafi, on
Jalen,
behalf
you're not answering my question. Where is America at war with Israel fighting another country?
currently, I would say with Iran, even though that's on ice right now. But currently, to answer your question, I don't know about any conflicts happening right now globally, but historically, it's happened multiple times, and there's evidence to suggest that it's going to happen in the very near future.
But no, it's not happening now, though, right?
It happened just about a month ago.
It's
Whenever
not
Trump
happening
attacked.
now, right?
Oh, fair point. Okay, it's not happening right now at this exact moment, but it is impending.
And what is impending?
War with Iran
But
on
how?
behalf of Israel.
So right now, America is impending to go to war with Iran.
Yes, we're
Again,
flirting to go.
but how can you worry about something that's not happening?
Well, because it could mean nuclear annihilation for everybody. And I do want to push back on something you
But
said earlier.
that's not happening. Why are you concerned about something that's not happening? I agree with you
Well,
in
okay.
that war is not good, and war is an ego trip of human nature, and it's all selfish for the thrill. I do agree with all that, but America is not at war, and Donald Trump is working very hard not to go to war.
Okay, and that's fair. And if Trump is able to avoid war with Iran, I'd say, hey, let's maybe consider giving the man a Nobel Peace Prize.
If
But
anyone can do that, the Great White Hope can and is.
possibly, very, very much so possible.
Yeah, so
But
don't
Jesse,
worry
you're not
about something
troubled.
that's not happening.
Well, I wanted you to answer my
And
question.
then as far as the sinners in Israel, you have that in every country. You have those people who are working on themselves, they're overcoming evil, and you have those who are not working on themselves and they love evil. There's nothing, Israel is not responsible for that. Those individuals are.
But don't you think if they're saying they're God's chosen people, they should be held to a higher standard?
No,
And I can understand a little
no, you
sin,
should never hold anyone to any standard.
not even God's chosen one.
No. What
Do you
give
think
you
they're
the
God's
right?
chosen people?
What give you the right to hold anyone to any standards?
Well, they're holding themselves to the God's chosen people.
I know, but
standard.
what
They're
give
using that
you? What
standard
give you
to
the?
attack Palestinians and commit genocide, Jesse? They're using that kind of standard.
Jalen.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Let's take it one step at a time. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to understand. What
Okay.
give you the right to hold God's, as you said, chosen people to a standards?
Oh, well, I don't believe they're God's chosen people. I'm just
Whether you
citing
believe, you said it though. What give you the right to hold them to a standard?
Well, I'm holding them to their own standard that they're setting. They're setting the standard that
Why
they're
are
God's
you
chosen.
doing that? What give you the right to hold them to their standard?
Well, I'm using it to point out a contradiction. The contradiction is
No,
you're
you're not
using
answering.
this as a standard.
But it's a contradiction that you will hold anyone to any standard. What give you the right to hold them to a standard?
Well, Jesse, think about it like this. If someone makes a claim about who they are, but the evidence of their life suggests that they're not what they claim to be, me pointing that out is not necessarily holding them to any standard except the standard that they're a bunch of liars. Now, I do think they're a
And
bunch of
what
liars.
give you the right to point that out?
Because they're using that pretext as a way to genocide Palestinians. They're using that as a way to control the American government. They're using that pretext of being God's chosen people to lie to good faith Christians like me, like you, and a lot of Christians fall for it.
Fall for what?
Fall for the lie that they're God's chosen people and therefore support any lie, any genocide, any degeneracy on behalf of the Israelis.
And you saying that Israel is doing a genocide on somebody?
Absolutely, yes.
Like who?
Well, the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip.
How do you know it's a genocide?
Unless the media is lying about it, and the media does lie. So
Right. I was
I'm
going
not
to
gonna
ask,
believe
where had the media told the truth about anything?
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
But typically, if everybody's reporting it and everybody's saying the same thing from right-wing media sources to
Everybody's
left-wing
not,
media
all
sources,
media is not reporting that. Some
well,
media,
except the ones owned
some
by
media are
Israel.
telling you their opinion about it, and other media are telling you their opinion. Why do you take side, period?
Oh, well, it's not that I'm taking a side, but
But
whenever I
you're
see,
calling them genocide, and they're not God's chosen people. Why are you doing that?
well, because as a Christian, when I see wrong, when I see children being murdered, when I see food and medical supplies being blockaded from Palestinian citizens, as a Christian, I feel like I'm wrong if I don't speak on that.
Why
Did you
is
hear
that?
about the church Israel?
Why do you feel like you're wrong if you don't speak up? Why not be quiet and let them do what they do to do to? This is hell on earth. Why do you have to speak on it at all?
Well, because I don't like milquetoast Christianity. I think Christians need to start
But
speaking
isn't
up
it
for ourselves.
milk toast to take a side? You're taking a side.
Well, no, I'm a firebrand, Jesse. I'm a firebrand. I don't believe in milquetoast Christianity.
But
I don't believe
God
in
tell you not to take a side for anyone, neither agree nor disagree.
Well, by that logic, Jesse, you wouldn't have a show. You're constantly giving your side.
No, I don't. I don't take sides.
Oh, come on, Jesse. I've seen you take sides on multiple things.
I don't, man. I really don't.
Well,
Why did God said not to take a side at all?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you do it as a Christian? Why do you take side?
Well, if someone like the people of Israel, and I don't hate anybody,
Right.
I don't do that number, but if someone is using God, claiming God as a way to cover up their sins, cover up their degeneracy, or use that claim of God to run our government, as an American citizen, I feel like I should speak up about that, Jesse.
Why
As
do
an
you
American
take
citizen,
side? You're not telling me why you take side.
well, because I'm on the side of truth. I think I'm on the side of righteousness.
But if you were on the side of truth, it would be impossible to agree to be for or against. It would be
I don't agree with
impossible.
that, Jesse. Yeah, I don't see things that way.
Why
I think
not?
if you're on
Why not?
because I think if righteousness sits on the sidelines while evil plays on the court, then evil wins.
No.
I think if you're on the team, I think if you're on team righteous, you should speak proud. You should speak boldly in favor of that righteousness.
But you said you were disappointed in someone, right?
Did I say that? I may have.
Yeah. Why should you be disappointed in anyone or anything?
Because sometimes we hold people to certain expectations in
But
our
you're not
head.
supposed
Like,
to-
I said I was disappointed in you, Jesse. Yeah, because I had an expectation.
Oh,
of you in
yeah,
my
about
head.
the Israel thing, right?
Yeah, because because
But
I
why are
agree
you
with what you say about
disappointed,
the
though?
blacks. Well, because I agree with what you say about the blacks and how blacks make excuses for themselves. But when it came to Israel, it's like you forgot everything you said. Israel, I think they're worse than the blacks, and the blacks are bad. It's pretty hard to be worse than the blacks. But Israel somehow manages to be worse than the blacks.
But
Because
so you
blacks
think
are
all Jews are the same?
No, not all Jews.
But in all countries, you have people divided, right? So what's the difference with Israel being divided, the people being divided? And because there are people in Israel that disagree with Netanyahu, and there are those who agree with him.
Well, the difference is they come over here, they take over industries in the financial sector, in the music industry. They push degenerate music onto the black community. A lot of these rappers and hip-hop artists that we see being pushed to black people.
Whose fault is that? Is that the black people's fault or their fault? You in our own country, blacks are doing that to blacks. Whose fault is it that they allow the individual allow that to happen?
Well, it's largely people from that community.
No,
Their
whose
funding
fault is it though that they allow?
Well, yeah,
you
it's only-
sound like the black people about the white people. The black people blame the white people for their, oh, you made us do this. You caused us to become sinners. You caused us. Whose fault is it that an adult?
Well, I can understand how you come to that conclusion. And ultimately, I'll say, now, blacks have to take accountability and say, hey, we swallowed the poison pill. If somebody offers you a poison pill and you swallow it, it's your fault. But I would say,
So why don't you
why are
feel
we
the same?
allowing
Let's
them-
say that you're right about, let's say that the Jews bring some stuff into our country. And I'm not agreeing or disagreeing, but whose fault is it that the people pick it up? You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. And that's where blacks fall wildly short, because we just fall for the stupidest of stupidest things.
Yeah.
But that's another conversation. But that gives Israel and people of that ancestry no right to make the claim that they're God's chosen people, and
Why
further,
not?
no right to
But
come
what
over here
give you the
and
right to say
control
that they're
our
not?
government. Because I don't like how they control our government.
You
Did
don't
see
like
what Marjorie
it.
Taylor
But
Greene
because
said?
of time, and I got so many calls, Jalen, what give you the right to say they're not God's chosen people?
Well, one, because they're not, and two, did you see Marjorie Taylor Greene? Even she got on Megyn Kelly's show and said, for Republican congressmen, they have an AIPAC representative. Before they make any decision, before they make any laws, they have to consult with their AIPAC representative. This is Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Jalen,
Uh-huh.
what give you the right to say that they're not God's chosen people?
Because God says you'll know him by the fruit he bears. Okay?
That's what
You'll
give
know a
you the
tree,
right
you'll
to
know-
say they're not God's
You'll know a
chosen
tree by the
people?
fruit it bears. What? Say that one more
And
time.
that's what gives you the right to say the Jews are not God's chosen
Yes,
people?
because they are not bearing godly fruit. They are bearing fruits of evil, fruits of genocide, fruits of homosexuality, fruits of abortion,
When
fruits of all
do
types
you
of
love the
Satan.
Jews?
Yes, I do love the Jews. I love everybody. I just
How
don't
about
like
the
what they're
Jews?
doing.
You love the Jews?
Yes, I do love the Jews. I just don't like what they do.
Do you? And why have an opinion about what they do then if you love them?
Because what they're doing impacts me and my government, and I love my country, and I don't want to see
Well,
my
are
country
they to
fall down.
blame that your country worked with them?
Wait, say that one more
Are
time.
they to blame that your country worked with them?
No, that's these sorry politicians that run my country.
So
which I
why
think
don't
we should
you
get out
run
of
for
office.
office and get those politicians out of there?
Oh man, I'm too black. They ain't gonna vote for me. They ain't ready for me.
You don't know that. Jayla, I got to run. I appreciate your call.
All right, Jesse. It was a pleasure, man. You have a good one.
You too, buddy. Just imagine, according to this story I'm about to play for you, it's being reported, and allegedly, I'll say all that because I don't know. There was a shooting yesterday in Minneapolis by a quote-unquote transgender boy. And they said when this boy was a kid, I guess he thought he was a girl or something, and his mother, according to the report, his parents or mother agreed with it, and the mother went and changed his name from a boy name to a girl name. You know that's evil. How can a parent do that to their son or to their daughter? When you're a kid, you don't know. You got these different feelings already that come from being angry at your mother. Because you're not born that way unless she was angry while you were pregnant, while she was pregnant. And the mother agreed, according to the story, that the boy was a girl. And according to the story, he grew up thinking that. And now, according to the story, allegedly, he killed people at a church yesterday. And they say he said he was depressed or something like that. Where is the love in any parent that will tell their son or daughter that you're not a girl or you're not a boy? Where's the love in that? I've said it once. I've said 1,000 times. Parents do not love their children today. Mothers especially. And fathers as well, because the fathers cannot and will not protect the children from the mothers, the boys and the girls. I'm saying I can't believe, but I do because I understand now that this so-called mother has been accused of letting her son going down to the courthouse or wherever they do it and change the boy name to a girl name knowing that she had a son. If it's true, and allegedly. There was a mass shooting at a Catholic school in Minneapolis yesterday. Unless your head been on a rock, you should already know about this. AP News, a shooter opened fire with a rifle through the window of a Catholic church in Minneapolis and struck children celebrating Mass during the first week of school, killing 2 and wounded 17 people. Police believe the shooter then killed himself. Watch this from Fox 13.
We begin with developing news and a tragic start to the new school year for students at a Catholic school in Minneapolis. 2 children were killed by gunmen who opened fire during morning mass. Tonight, law enforcement is identifying the suspect as 23-year-old Robin Westman. Our sister station has confirmed Westman's mother previously worked at the school. Fox News correspondent Brooke Taylor has more.
The Minneapolis community coming together after Wednesday's tragic school shooting. Memorials and vigils taking place to honor the lives lost and help start the healing process.
There's no words that are going to ease the pain of the families.
A gunman opened fire while young students were attending morning mass at a Catholic school, fatally shooting an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old and wounding 17 others.
There were another 14 children between the ages of 6 and 15 that were injured by gunfire. There were also 3 adults in their 80s. The coward that shot these victims took his own life in the rear of the church.
The shooter, armed with a rifle, shotgun, and pistol, fired dozens of rounds through the church windows as students sat in pews.
At this stage, we believe that the shooter had acted alone. There is no indication of other suspects directly involved in carrying out this attack.
Police are investigating a motive for the shooting, looking at social media, while the FBI is calling the attack an act of domestic terrorism and a hate crime against Catholics. And police say that the rest of the victims are expected to survive, but some are going to need surgery.
Amazing, huh? If it's true that the mama told the boy or agreed with the boy that he was a girl and went to change the name, what do you expect to happen? Because changing his name and pretending he was a girl is not going to change the evil spirits that's driving him. As they are with all human beings until you start to overcome. It's not going to get better. And I want you to pay attention. You can bank on this one. You're going to have the angry blacks who hate white people. And not all, of course, hate white people. But those who hate white people, watch how they're going to jump on this. Jesse, what's going on? How can white people carry out so many school shootings? They're going to celebrate as though it justified the crime that blacks are bringing up on this country daily. They're going to rejoice with white people, because the boy appeared to be white. They're going to rejoice and feel good so that they can feel fine about blacks, killing blacks and other people. Mark my word, this is hell on earth inside of human beings. Really, just pay attention to the blacks that are going to celebrate this. As though this is going to like make it better that blacks are killing each other. They said, according to this report, that they have recovered a manifesto, along with images showing phrases like "Kill Donald Trump." Watch this from News Nation.
The police chief also confirmed the existence of that written manifesto that the gunman also recorded on video and then uploaded online.
We're also aware of a manifesto that the shooter had timed to be released on YouTube.
We are starting, however, to get images from what we believe to be that recording, and they reveal some very sick and disturbing messages. He wrote, "Kill Donald Trump" on a rifle magazine. In another image, you see the words, "For the children," and in another, "Where is your God?" And then we get a shot of the so-called manifesto itself. Part of it says, "I love you all. I will remember you. Pray for the victims and their families." He goes on to say, "I am not well. I'm in pain. I am haunted by these thoughts that do not go away. I've been waiting to do this." He writes, "P.S. I wouldn't recommend any of you to read my journals unless you really want to, but be warned."
My thoughts. Every human being on this side of the planet have thoughts like that. Maybe not like that, the same kind of gonna kill anyone, but your thoughts, which are not your own, is your enemy. You believe thoughts, good ones or bad ones. You believe them, not knowing that you are listening to evil spirits that made a home in your mind. They rest in you and they control you. He talked about his thoughts. That's every human being. And it has nothing to do with color, nothing to do with male or female. And is Bible thumper? Christ mentioned that in order to live, you must die. You must die of the false identities, but not you. And in case you wonder, well, how would I recognize what's not me? When you have a thought, that's not you. When you get angry, when you become emotional, not you. When you become revengeful, jealous, envy, strife, worry, stress, those things are not you. And if you can quietly become aware of that inside of you and don't call it you, see it and do nothing about it, those spirits will be taken away from you. You are possessed. Every human being is. And that's why you see so much hell on earth. God owned the earth. God, nature, own the earth. But Satan owned the psychological mind on earth. And every human being is listening to Satan on earth, and they carry out what he's telling them inside of themselves. And until you see that, you're never going to be free. Get to know yourself, you'll see. And you can have peace on earth if you know what's going on inside of you. And you listen to the devil. You ask the devil in prayer. You pray for things, but you don't know you're praying to the devil. God, give me a wife. I want a wife. I want a family. God, give me a husband. I want a husband. I want a family. And then the devil give you what you ask for, because he will answer your prayer, but he's giving you what you're asking for. And it's on a lower nature, and you fight. You get the wife, you get the husband, but you fight. And you know you're going to fight. You love the thrill of fighting. That's why you pray to the devil for that kind of a person. Why do you need to pray to God for anything? He owns everything. He knows everything. He knows you better than you know yourself. And he will take care of you. But you pray and you cry and you pray to the devil. And you call it God. Especially when you're crying and praying to God. You think you're praying to God. Do what you want. You see this example in this boy. They said his mother used to work at that school. And his mother changed his name to a girl name. I have proof that black so-called leaders, black mayors, black governors, and all this mess of these cities don't love black people. They're using the blacks by cry racism for personal gain. I have the proof. And they know that in the cities that they are in control of, these so-called black leadership, mayors and governors and police officers or whatever they are, they know that they don't want to help blacks because if they help the blacks, blacks may wake up to common sense and not vote for them anymore. They'll be out of a job. And so they want the blacks killing each other, mad, blaming the white man, and carrying on. I got proof. AOL. Chicago far-left Mayor Brandon Johnson said locking up criminal is racist. I rest my case. Immoral and unholy. As he and Democrat Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker blasted Trump threat to send in the National Guard. Watch this from CNN.
As the mayor of this city, I can tell you that Chicagoans are not calling for a military occupation. They are calling for the same thing that we've been calling for some time, and that's investment. What safe cities across America all have in common, they invest in people, and that's what we're doing in Chicago. We need the federal resources to make sure that we're building more affordable housing, expanding mental and behavioral health care, education, all of these things that could reduce crime and provide real community safety. Instead of spending hundreds of millions of dollars for a publicity stunt to invoke chaos and terror, the federal government should spend that money on proven solutions to crime and violence reduction. We cannot incarcerate our way out of violence. We've already tried that, and we've ended up with the largest prison population in the world without solving the problems of crime and violence. The addiction on jails and incarceration in this country, we have moved past that. It is racist, it is immoral, it is unholy, and it is not the way to drive violence down.
That's so evil, I don't even know what to say about it. Except that it's evil. And the poor blacks, they listen to people like that. They listen to evil people like that. And as long as they listen to that, they're going to get what they deserve. We have been giving blacks and funding families and spending money on home or living, whatever they call it, for years now. And they have only gotten worse. And that's funding crime. It does not help. Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, is pure evil. It's pure evil. If he want to really end crime, he would work on building family, bring the fathers back to the children, and bring back bail bonds and bring back the police and let the criminals know if you commit the crime, you go do the time. Oh, you got to do the time. Johnson, the so-called mayor of Illinois, only care about himself. Oh, Chicago, I mean. Only care about himself. They don't even let the people carry the Second Amendment in Chicago. This guy is wicked. He made Lori Lightfoot look like an angel now. While here's a black Chicago resident explaining how he doesn't feel safe in Chicago. This is from National News.
Our children can't walk around the community without fear of being hurt or kidnapped or having a drive-by. So it's what these numbers that they're expressing, we don't feel it in our quality of life.
See? But yet they'll turn around and vote for another person just because they're black or female. You get what you deserve. Stop voting for these people if you want to be free in that way. There's not one city or one state in this country where blacks are in control. Mayor, governor, city council, congressman, or anywhere that's black, and you want to live there. Everybody want to leave there. And then this fat Mexican, I think this guy Mexican, the so-called governor of Illinois, he's jumping in on it too. He doesn't care about the blacks or anyone else, really. Here's the so-called governor of Illinois criticizing Trump proposal to send in the National Guard to fight crime in Chicago. MSNBC.
If this was really about fighting crime and making the streets safe, what possible justification could the White House have for planning such an exceptional action without any conversations or consultations with the governor, the mayor, or the police? Let me answer that question. This is not about fighting crime. This is about Donald Trump searching for any justification to deploy the military in a blue city, in a blue state, to try and intimidate his political rivals. This is about the President of the United States and his complicit lackey, Stephen Miller, searching for ways to lay the groundwork to circumvent our democracy, militarize our cities, and end elections.
Amazing. This guy is all about, he's afraid of losing his position. If the great white hope, and they call him king, they even call him daddy, were to go in there and clean up crime, it's going to let the voters know, you know what? These Democrats don't want to clean up crime. They defunded the police. They're fighting now not to lose their position, so-called whatever, for their money and power. Fake power, but power. This governor is saying, oh, he lives, the governor is saying he lived rent-free in Trump's head. And he's saying this while looks like he's standing in front of a Trump building. Watch this from X.
We're very pleased about the progress that we're making. I know that I live rent-free in the president's head, and I wish he would spend some time in Chicago so that he could see what a lovely city we have.
Governor, quick follow-up. What do you do if the National Guard is activated and comes here?
Trump doesn't even have enough room in his head for this guy. There's no space. How can that be? The Democrats are only fighting right now to maintain their position. They don't care about anything. And while they're saying all the lies, speaking these lies, oh, I'm being told that Pritzker is an Italian.
No.
He's not?
No.
What
Hake is saying per Google AI that he's a Ukrainian Jew.
Pritzker's
even though he
a
looks
Jew?
Italian to Hake.
He doesn't look like a Jew at all.
Right, totally looks Italian to me too.
Amazing. CBS is reporting, why are these people up there lying to you, right? CBS is reporting it's already been a violent July 4th holiday weekend with 4 people killed and 30 other wounded in a shooting across Chicago. Since Wednesday, there have been 5 mass shootings in the city. Watch this from CBS Chicago.
Well, it's already been a violent holiday weekend with 4 people killed and 30 others wounded in shootings across Chicago. Since Wednesday, there have now been 5 mass shootings.
Well, Dave, we know of the victims who died. One is a 16-year-old girl. Police say she was shot in the throat around 11 last night in the Chatham neighborhood. Police say the girl and a 35-year-old man were approached by an unknown man. They say he fired shots in their direction, and the 35-year-old is in good condition. We also know 4 men were shot in a mass shooting in Little Village on California around 2 this morning. Police say a man or multiple men were in a dark SUV and drove past the 4 victims inside a parked car when shots were fired. And 7 people were shot in a mass shooting in the back of the yards on South Justine last night. Police say 2 men shot at a crowd standing outside. Police say all the victims are in serious or critical condition, and no one is in custody for the 2 mass shootings that took place overnight. The other mass shooting, or one of the other ones, was Wednesday night in River North. That's when 4 people were killed and 14 others hurt after an album release concert outside a restaurant and lounge.
They should be begging Donald Trump to come in with the military, anybody else they can bring to end this. They don't want it to end. The Democrats do not want it to end. Does that sound safe to you? The Democrats don't want blacks to be at peace. They would go out of business. That's why they're afraid Trump would come in and clean it up, and it would see that it could be done, and that the Democrats don't want to do it. The black ones or the white ones. One last quick example, look what's happened in New York. Here's a video from New York showing a white man defending himself from a black attacker who was wielding a knife. Watch this from X.
Nothing beats the Jet 2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family. We've got millions of free child-based holidays available with 22 kilograms of baggage included. But now, with Jet 2 holidays.
Officer, he got a knife. He got a knife.
A black man run that city, and liberal whites. They need Donald Trump to go in there. Nobody else is going to do it, folks. But the Democrats don't want the crime cleaned up. They want the anger, the fear, the confusion, because that's how they get votes. That's how they stay in office, by telling you, oh, I'm going to take care of you. Don't worry. We're going to get housing for you. We're going to get programs. Why don't you wake up so you can see what's going on? Stay asleep if you want, but I recommend wake up. These people are not your friends. And when there's incident, nobody go to jail but white people. They don't put any so-called person of color in jail anymore. And they lock white people away because they want white people out of the way so they can create a communist, socialist society in America. And all they want to do is control. Socialism is about control. If you doubt me, look at the blacks. Not all, but most. They love to be controlled because they have a government mentality and they have been controlled for 70 years now. Give or take. I gotta show you this, folks. Then I'm gonna get to your calls about anger, and it's just insane. I want to know, what do you see wrong with this, or do you see anything wrong with it? From WXYZ TV. We're digging into a dispute between a retired Detroit police detective and a Livonia resident after an encounter inside a condo complex left both men pointing the finger. Watch this.
Some stories are difficult to tell, especially when they touch on alleged intimidation and racial profiling. Well, the world remembers the tragedy of Trayvon Martin, a young boy shot and killed while walking through a neighborhood carrying nothing more than a bag of Skittles. Tonight, 7 News Detroit anchor Carolyn Clifford is digging into a dispute between a retired police detective from Detroit and a Livonia resident.
Marcellus Ball spent 35 years with the Detroit Police Department, retiring as a detective, honored at the White House. But earlier this year, while searching for a condo in Livonia, he says he faced something he never expected.
Get out of my face.
This is a private
I know
street
what
here.
it is.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
If you knew, you wouldn't be here.
I'm in law enforcement, so I know what I'm doing.
Law enforcement. I see
Yes.
your badge.
Ball says 51-year-old Edward Dombrowski confronted him, questioning why he was there.
Basically was racial profiling me. And he was telling me, what was I doing over here? You don't live here. We don't want you here.
Get out of here.
No.
Get your car out of here.
Feeling uneasy, the retired police officer started recording. Watch this.
Feeling uneasy, Ball began recording. He says Dombrowski had a knife in his pocket.
Right through here where I could see it.
Something confirmed on a 911 call. By the time police arrived, Dombrowski had walked away, and Ball was told to leave. Later, police asked Ball if he wanted to press charges, but without a name, he posted the video online. It quickly drew hundreds of responses.
Get out. You can't case our neighborhood then.
Goodbye.
It's not for sale.
Goodbye.
Not for sale.
Goodbye.
When we met Ball back at the complex for an interview, Dombrowski walked right up. When we asked Dombrowski why he confronted Ball, his answer pointed to suspicion.
Why would you feel so hostile towards someone like Marcellus Ball pulling up into your condo complex?
Well, Marcellus didn't have a very cogent story to offer me about his presence here with his Volvo.
Dombrowski admits he always carries a knife, but denies showing it to Ball. Still, he acknowledges confronting others before, including an African-American food delivery driver.
And you confronted him?
Yeah, I did. It was at 2 in the morning.
Amazing. And last but not least, a Wayne County prosecutor charged a resident with disorderly person and disturbing the peace. What's this?
And you have an association, right?
Mm-hmm.
The association, are they okay with you confronting people?
They're absolutely blindsided by Marcellus.
We reached out to the Villas Condo Association. By email, they told us Dombrowski has no authority to confront anyone. The Wayne County prosecutor charged him with disorderly person and disturbing the peace.
If this is true, anger didn't provoke you to go up to that man and say the things you did and try to keep him out of your neighborhood. That wasn't anger, that was racism.
For Ball, justice is simple.
Has justice been served yet?
It's on the way. Justice is a process, and this is just part of the process.
Amazing. Why didn't the black guy just say, you know what, I understand. I understand, Mr. White Man, how you feel, especially knowing the way blacks are. I wouldn't want them in my community either. That's why I'm black and I'm looking for a home in a white community. I don't want to move in no black community. Why didn't the black man just say that? He know what that man's talking about, especially if he's, quote unquote, a police officer. And what's wrong, especially nowadays, with looking out for your community? Especially when blacks move in, they bring violence, they bring nothing but trouble, and they destroy the community. What was wrong with that hate?
Everything was wrong with that. So that guy, he was saying, you don't get to case the neighborhood. He's looking out for, because these people, including delivery drivers, they seem like they're some of them look
How
to
do you
case.
know they real, you know?
Right.
They can be pretending like they do.
Even if they're real
police.
drivers,
Yeah.
they could be casing these nicer neighborhoods.
Absolutely.
And so he doesn't know, and he's looking, and he doesn't need authority. He's a free American. He's supposed to be able to say, "What are you doing here? Get out of here."
If I look out my window and I see some black person driving up and down, I'm like, "Oh Lord, a black."
Right.
Because I know trouble right behind them.
That's crazy. And the stupid judge calling that not anger. That's racism.
He's white.
That's ridiculous.
He's white. That's what white people do. They help destroy themselves.
Yeah.
They help destroy themselves.
They said he had no authority to do that. Of course he had authority to do it.
That's his home area.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what are you about to say? Because of what reason? The authority?
Oh, because it's his freedom of speech.
Absolutely.
You have to, especially now, there's all kinds of break-ins and stuff. And that was ridiculous, by the way, how the reporter opened up the story talking about Trayvon Martin. Killed while walking. He was killed while beating some guy, trying to beat him to death.
They open up
allegedly.
like that to build emotions.
Yeah.
That's why they did that.
Lying.
Yeah.
Dishonest.
To build emotion, keep people angry and divided so that they can keep a job, so they have some bad news to report.
They're throwing around this disorderly conduct thing a lot. They tried to do that with that gal who said the N-word. So anytime a white says something that the black doesn't like, or the POC liberals and the anti-racist whites don't like, they'll charge you.
I bet you had that been a white man case looking around in a black community, and the black people said, "Get away, get away, get away! You're trying to gentrify us." It would not have been any problems at all.
Yeah.
Black can gentrify. Don't want you to gentrify them. One last quick one. I don't see the racism in this incident either. Where from the New York Times, Yelena Ospino appeared to tell Taylor Townsend that she has no education after losing the American 7-5 and 6-1 in the second round of the U.S. Open on Wednesday. Watch this from X.
She told me that I have no education, no class, and to see what happens if we play each other outside of the U.S. And I said, I'm excited, bring it. So whether it had racial undertones or not, that's something that she could speak on. But also, that has been a stigma in our community of, being non-educated and all the things when it's the furthest thing from the truth. And the thing that I'm the most proud of is that I let my racket talk. She's packed up and she's gone. I'm here.
And here's some of the white tennis player response to the from Instagram.
Correct. Yelena responded here. It reads, "Wow, how many messages I received that I am a racist. I was never racist in my life, and I respect all nations of people in the world. For me, it doesn't matter where you come from. There are some rules in tennis, and unfortunately, when the crowd is with you, you can't use it in a disrespectful way to your opponent. Unfortunately for me, coming from such a small country, I don't have that huge support and a chance to play in homeland. I always love to play in the U.S. and U.S. Open, but this is the first time someone is approaching the match in this disrespectful way."
Amazing. Where's the racism in that? They're two angry females. Where's the racism? Where? In the black girl?
Yeah, in the black girl. And the people all talking like that. Because that's a foreign phrase to say you have no education, meaning you don't know how to act. That's what that means.
Amazing.
And by the way, about that black cop, black cops are a problem. You've talked with black cops before, and all they ever do is cry racism. They're not objective.
A black guy in the comment section of the video said he ain't even got enough money for an attorney. And his court appointed attorney was black.
Referring to the guy who said, "Get out of here"?
Yeah. I don't know how
What a
true that
mess.
is, but that's what they were saying.
And he loves it.
Yeah. Amazing. What a mess. It's a spiritual battle, folks. It has nothing to do with. Yeah.
One more thing about this women's sports thing.
Yeah.
In tennis.
Those ladies look like they're too fat to play tennis.
I know.
Both of them.
In tennis, you're supposed
I
to.
didn't know you'd be that fat with tennis.
I know. But
unless you're just out there playing and not professional.
they're high level, I guess. I don't know. But in tennis, you're supposed to be classy. You're not supposed to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
But I like having disrespect in sports. This is why I like men's sports. I mean, maybe in tennis, men's tennis, you're not supposed to be disrespectful to. You're supposed to be classy, and golf too. But anyway, it's crazy, these women.
Amazing.
She was right, though.
What?
The black gal apparently had no class. And the cop had no class either. He was posted it on the internet. What a jerk. Very immature. Sorry.
What a mess. Let me go to Florida and talk to. I don't see the racism there. There's no such thing as racism, probably. So that's probably why I see two females arguing.